Greetings, humans. And I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill of all corpses. So this is rotting white Christ. You ready? Yes, our introduction is done right there. This is Insomnium, which we love, and it's featuring brother Sakis Tolis from Rotting Christ, which we also love, so it's two things we love. I cannot begin to comprehend how hyped I am right now. I'm umming, which means I'm incoherent, which means we should probably just listen to it. Are you ready? No.
In the name of our Savior and Lord, in the name of our unaccounted crown, I've come to bring the law and justice to this land. I've come to bring the light and grace of the Christ. I'm the one who wills the sword of God. I'm the one who holds the sacred wall. The one who fights the truth with fire. I'm the one who fights the truth with fire.
Do you remember when we checked out The Great Tribulation by Epica Fit Flesh God Apocalypse? Yes? Do you remember how we said compositionally it felt like a 50-50 hybrid of both bands? I was thinking the same thing. This literally sounds like both bands. I'm willing to throw a guess out there that it might actually be co-written. Yeah. because the pacing is so similar to Rotting Christ stuff. It's got that sort of, like, mantra undertone to it, and marching sense, but then the melodies bring in that nostalgic vibe from Insomnium and the sort of depth to Nilo's screams that makes it all sorrowful, and then you combine that with the sort of commanding attitude that, Sakis has. Dude, this man is unfreaking believable. He's well in his 40s now, if not nearing 50. I don't know for sure. He's literally like a Greek dad now. and he just commands so much respect. He's like, personal opinion, this dude on camera commands more respect than The Rock in the Fast and Furious movies. The Rock doesn't command respect in the Fast and Furious movies because you don't believe any of it anymore. Fair point. But I get what you're saying, yes. What really struck me was, just after the first verse, I think we have the verses split like first Nilo and then Sakis. And then just after it went into this like tone work kind of thing. And you had, when the tone patterns were happening, you had Nilo doing like the more toned down sort of grunting thing that he does sometimes, the more atmospheric stuff. And on top of that, you had layered choirs. Yeah. So again, you had the atmospheric edge of Insomnium layered with the atmospheric edge of Rotting Christ. Yeah. And I feel like the choral aspect on the background is a lot of the mantra effect that you get from Rotting Christ. And then I have to say about the melodies, like you said, the melodies are very much Insomnium, layered on top of the Rotting Christ pacing, which blends the two styles very well. But then on this last chorus, what they did is they switched the melody from wailing bends to like this constant picking. Yeah. That's the way Rotting Christ does it. And that's what keeps the constant hum of a mantra. So there they did another switch. Oh my god. I love this entire thing. I absolutely love this thing too. I really want to hear the rest of it. You know? Yes.
At the edge of the dark.
The fact that I just saw Rivata visuals at the end it was just like a bow on top of the whole thing. It was so spectacularly brilliant. That's one of my new favorite Insomnium stuff. Yes. That's up there with Winter's Gate and Pale Morning Star for me. So it was like verse, chorus, then we put a pause, and now, after we let it go, it was like this bridge build-up, which is typical to Insomnium stuff, and I really felt they were going into that anthem, and I almost never get this sense, but it was like the song did exactly what I wanted it to do.
Really?
Yes, because I felt like it's got this mantra sense, which means like a full-blown solo wouldn't really fit. So they didn't really do that. They just stuck to these like lead themes that were progressing and going upwards as that anthem was rising. And then the next thing I thought is the way this built up energy would really work just landing back into one of those more Rotting Christ style grooves. Because it would have been easy to just finish on that anthem. But the fact that they did that dynamic change again at the end, it's like I had both those things on my mind and they both happened.
And then they started layering.
Yes.
Nila and Sakis.
Yes.
Like before the bridge, we had one verse from one guy, one verse from the other. Now we had them.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they're together in the chorus. We why it sounds so big. Also, I have to say, through that whole bridge, it was genuinely orgasmic that we were looking at Alexi Laiho's guitar for the entire time.
Alexi Laiho's guitar,
the flying V. Huh. That's a signature. I think Yanni had an Alexi's signature guitar in the previous one, in Lilian.
It's the one with the yellow stripe, right?
Yes.
It's really, really pretty.
Well, as far as I'm aware, that Alexi guitar is with a stripe. I'm not sure if the color is necessarily a specific color.
Did you catch the video narrative?
No, I was just looking at the dudes.
Witch hunt.
Oh.
Witch hunt.
Oh.
She was burning up the end. And there were people with crosses.
That adds a whole different spin to it.
I think this is the first time I'm seeing Insomnium get properly history themed. And also because it's such a ritual, it again goes very well with the Rotting Christ vibe.
Well, it's from an album called Anno 1696. Now, I don't know much history. I should really brush up on it, but my gut tells me that witch hunts were probably happening around that time.
Yes.
You know, it's pretty medieval.
Yes.
And like, bad.
It's bad. I mean, the song, it's good. The concept, it's bad. Yes. Are we done here?
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want more, don't forget to subscribe with bell.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
From